from. Say you want come look for me, yeah. If you're willing to have some fun, I could keep you company. Move that way, come girl, blunder right by me.
I'm definitely going to keep you company this Friday morning. Good morning to you and welcome to the Now Morning Show. It's Friday the 12th day of August. I'm Raucus. That rhymed. Alongside Kimberly and Ayenka, who's already fed up with me. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, good morning.
Didn't start today. Hi, guys. We are coincidentally in green.
Yes,
it is purely coincidence, and Raucus is lame and didn't get the calling.
We manifested it, and he ignored. Raucus, tell us what happened. Why aren't you in green?
Because he's lame.
I wasn't told to wear green.
But
And
you
he doesn't
felt
like
it.
to iron.
I did. This
Yes.
morning I picked up a green pants actually to
See?
put on. But then I couldn't find a top to match with it that didn't need ironing. So,
Yeah.
tough cookies there.
Translation, he's lame.
Off
And
the
didn't
bat,
wanna iron.
guys. Happy International Youth Day.
Yay! I think most of us are out of that category
Oh,
now.
speak for yourself, sir. I can assure you. I am very much used according to many, what is it?
Did you
sects
last
of
year?
the- of the-
Did you last year in the youth?
I don't know. When you fill no forms, I can still check certain boxes. You say that for yourself.
Yeah.
So happy International Youth.
Happy
course,
International
happy
Youth
International
Day.
Youth Day.
I'm pretty sure most of the youth are still sleeping, but if
Yeah,
you
but
are
still,
awake, I mean,
yes.
you take the vacation to sleep, you know.
Yeah.
But if you happen to be awake and watching the show this morning, or if you're watching the replay later on in the day, well, happy International Youth Day to you, and I hope that you really make a difference. You know what I mean? Like, put your mind to it and focus on whatever it is you want to achieve, and don't let nobody stop you.
I know Mind DNS is gearing up for their big event this evening. They're going to be having an extravaganza sometime
culmination
today.
of a
Yes,
A
of
A youth
everything.
explosion.
Yes.
Extravaganza. All right, they're going to be having that, and a lot of people
But
are going
the
to be
name is
coming
actually
through.
They
Youth
actually
Explosion.
So they're gonna-
Explosion.
That's actually the name
Guys,
of it.
I know the name of it is Explosion, but I want to say extravaganza. All right, so it's going to be the culmination of everything. They're going to be having entertainment and stuff. So today is the last day for you to head down there and see exactly what the ministry would have put on. As we're talking about the youths, guys, we're also sending congratulations, right, to our athletes. I know Nicholas Paul would have gotten gold in the Pan American event that's going on in Lima right now. So congratulations goes out to Nicholas
Nicholas
Paul.
Paul, boy.
We're also sending congratulations as well to the Campbell siblings, Tennille and Akil Campbell. They would have gotten bronze in their event, so congrats to you as well. And here we have, this is Tennille. Yeah, this is Tennille. She would have gotten bronze in her event.
And we just real proud
Yeah,
and happy that we
boy.
continue to get medals as they do us proud. Of course, we're continuing the trend of International Youth Day, though. Some of our guests are going to help us to celebrate.
And they're going to help us to celebrate some, bring it home some achievements as well, because this morning we have a young lady who delivered at the Performing Arts Championships. So we'll find out a little bit more about that a little bit later this morning,
Yeah.
and how she was able to represent Trinidad and Tobago and definitely do us very, very, very proud.
We are also talking to a vet today, which is my favorite thing, as we continue to shine some light on pet ownership and how you can be a better pet owner. Ooh. Also, guys, we might have a little friend on set. Stick around to see who.
Are you getting one today?
Maybe.
get one today.
She's manifesting it.
Just like the
I know,
green,
yeah,
right?
she's putting it out into the universe, hoping it comes true.
I
Yeah.
just remember in my emails. Let's go.
Well, it's all about the
Yeah.
youth today. As we said before, we're gonna head across to Tobago. We didn't get a chance to do Tobago
Exactly.
Thursday yesterday,
Yes.
but today we're gonna definitely put Tobago in the spotlight on World Youth Day. I think it's very important for us to do that. Also, we're gonna have some representative of CARICOM Youth joining us this morning to have some nice conversation as well.
Yeah.
And it's Friday, so we might even have some fun. We have an author coming on the show this morning as well.
Talking about emotions. It's okay, maybe not singing, but yes, it's going to be a jam-packed show with a lot of information that you do not want to miss. So stick around, guys. The Now Morning Show, the Green Edition. It's on.
I'm just going to stop you there, ma'am. It's not the green edition.
Green
It
Week.
just
I
so
standing
happened.
with you. It's the
It's
green
the- you're
edition. You
outnumbered.
got the memo.
You really don't
understand,
have
and you
a
ignored the
choice.
memo. Else
And
you'd have been
nobody
in your
memo.
green pants.
But generally,
Right?
you're outnumbered. You really
Yeah.
can't fight it this morning.
Yeah. Just sigh and tell the people we'll be right back.
Go ahead.
This is all you.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is why crime. It's never going to end. We take a quick break and we come back with more inside the Now Morning Show, apparently. Wait, can I wait? Before we take the break, can
No,
we discuss?
no,
Can we, speaking of green, can we discuss Grenada?
Tell us, well, go ahead, tell us.
Well, only see the
I'm
back and
impressed.
money
I'm
have a
impressed
master.
by that
You
little
was
link.
impressed. You see
No.
the back and
With
have a master?
is it their gold?
The
their
javelin
gold-
thrower?
Yes,
The
yeah.
javelin thrower.
Yes, Andrew. So apparently he was on the Harbour Master for an event, because the Harbour Master went across there to do some sailings for the
carnival.
and stuff like that, Spice Mass. And apparently he and his friends were doing back-to-back sailing. So they were on one party, and then they were meant to go to the party that was happening right after. So they refused to come off the boat. And then things got a bit hostile, whereby allegedly Andrew, he spat on one of the bouncers.
Who then proceeded to beat him?
There was lots of obscenities hurled,
Yes,
etc., etc. And you know, I mean, if you spit on somebody, kind of your choice is limited after that, you know.
It always reminds me of New York, which is so bad. Y'all remember that reality series with New York? Y'all remember that?
Oh, as in
Flavor of Love.
New
Yeah,
York,
Flavor of Love with the whole thing.
And she spat in someone's face. But generally, the visuals coming out of it would have been undoubtedly excessive.
Of course.
At some point, somebody ought to have said, okay, all right, we get the point, you all are disrespected, take him off the boat. So now the Grenadian authorities are involved in the matter and looking for the persons of interest who would have assaulted him.
So when he spat on the bouncer, is it that people on the boat started to attack him?
No, the party had finished.
Oh,
and they were trying to clear the boat. So you know,
staff.
after every event, you clear the venue, right? You clear the boat, you clean down the boat, you wash down the boat, and then you set up for the next event that's about to happen, because a promoter paid his money to get a clean working boat. So at the end of the day, at the end of the cruise, the staff was trying to just get everybody off and get to their cleaning and stuff like that, and they were refusing to leave, apparently, allegedly. And in the whatever discussions were happening, the exchange, that's the best way to put it. In the exchange that happened, it wasn't so well. It wasn't so polite.
Okay.
So the actual staff would have been accused or guilty at this point. I'll say guilty because there are visuals to support, and you can clearly see them in their branded jerseys actually assaulting him.
Wow. Okay. So we wait on word.
So at this point, the last update we had was that the Grenadian authorities had actually put out a public statement saying that they are looking for them.
It is assault at the end of the day. Beat up somebody is assault, right? But sometimes also that might.
So drink your tea.
Pause it right there, pause
and you
it
see,
right
this is why
there.
crime can done.
And it's a good thing that he's no longer in green. We appreciate that, all right?
Grey,
so
though.
we are going to take a break on the Now Morning Show, and we will be right back. We have so much coming up. Stay with us.
Never owned him to begin
You
with.
understand? It's a good thing.
August is Best Village Excellence, and you're invited to all shows free of charge. Yes, come join us for the Dramatic Literature Finals, the excellence of East Indian dance, music, and tassa. Your ears will sing at the Folk Music Finals and see the authentic moves of the folk dance and dramology. Witness the glory of the crowning of the 2022 Miss La Reine Rive Queen. Visit mscd.gov.tt for more information. Courtesy the Ministry of Sport and Community Development.
People of God, I invite you to join me on Know the Truth, a Christian faith program dedicated to bringing the truth of the Bible. The truth that will heal your soul, that will help you in everything in your life, because the truth is needed. So join me on Saturday, 8:30 a.m. and on Sunday, 10:30 p.m. I am Pastor James, right here on TTT.
The wet and hurricane seasons are here. Prevention is better than cure. The Office of Disaster Preparedness and Management wishes to advise all persons to follow these 7 steps to be better prepared for adverse weather conditions. 1. Trim overhanging branches from the trees around your home or business, as this can help prevent damage or injury during high winds. 2. Clear clogged gutters and drains in and around your property. 3. Use hurricane straps and J-clamps to properly secure your roofing. 4. In the event of strong winds are forecast, prepare materials that could secure windows and doors. 5. Stock up on your emergency and medical supplies to last you and your loved ones for at least 3 days or 72 hours. 6. Fill and pre-position sandbags in areas of the property that are vulnerable to flood water. 7. Secure loose items around your area, as these can become flying missiles during high winds or adverse weather conditions. Let's be prepared, be secured, and be ready for the wet and hurricane seasons. A message from the ODPM.
my wife betrayed me.
But my husband did not betray me.
The question is, why did she do that with me?
The question is, did this even happen?
Both were holding each other's hand while dying.
But was that true or not?
One incident, two strangers. The story is of Aditya and Zoya. Fepana.
Welcome back to the Now Morning Show on this Friday morning. It's our Friday edition, just about 19 minutes after the hour of 6 o'clock. Now, we normally have Tobago Thursdays, but we changed that, and we're actually putting the spotlight on Tobago this morning. And so joining us all the way from the Sister Isle to talk about nothing more than International Youth Day, which we are celebrating today, is Mr. Jamoon Madden, who is the former Youth Tourism Secretary. Mr. Madden, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on Now. Mr. Madden?
Hello, good morning. How are you going?
I'm good. How are you? Can you hear me clearly? All right, we seem to be having some technical difficulties with Mr. Madden. I'm going to try you one more time, Mr. Madden.
Yes, I'm hearing you clearly now.
Okay.
Yes, I'm hearing you clearly now.
Okay, all right, great. All right, so we are checking in about, well, today's International Youth Day. And so I wanted to get, I know that you are the former Youth Tourism Secretary. And so I wanted to know, what is the role of a Youth Tourism Secretary?
Well, the role of Youth Tourism Secretary is
all right, I think we're not hearing Mr. Madden at all.
Aspect of a tourism minister. So basically, you through this.
So sorry, Mr. Madden. All right, so sorry, Mr. Madden. We're going to have to check with you, sometime later on in the show. But I'm not sure if you guys would have seen. There's a woman police constable, Shawnee, who actually she went to Canada, and she became this really certified bomb expert. I believe we have some pictures, but we're supposed to have some pictures up on the screen. She was a lone representative from TTPS. She was a lone representative from Trinidad and Tobago, and she just, listen, woman power to the world. So it was really, really amazing. You all didn't see it? I
saw the pictures of her, of the robot. That she is a bomb or a robot?
It's a bomb.
It's robotics that are used to defuse the bombs. They don't like to put humans in harm's way, ideally. So she's the only certified person that we will have in the Trinidad and Tobago police contingency.
This is the one that I saw.
So that she knows how to use the robots to defuse bombs now.
This is the picture that I
so she's the lone TNT representative and the only female. It was the police explosive technicians and radiography course in Canada.
Which is why I'll never remember the title. It's like this long.
It is long, yes. So she went all the way to Canada. She did really, really well in her exam. She scored 96.7 and 100% in 2 written assessments, and she passed all her practical exams. Get this, there were 11 participants from 4 different countries, and she stood out because of how amazingly well she did over in Canada. So big up to you, WPC. Shawnee, we are so, so proud of you, Shawnee Thompson. We're so proud of you, and, woman power to the world. Congratulations.
It is an interesting thought or investment, though, considering that the number of bomb threats, perhaps in comparison to these other countries that would have had representation, significantly lower. So I wonder if this means that she's going to be training other persons when she gets back, if she has that sort of authority, or if she's going to be doing a lot more things outside of Trinidad and Tobago. That was my thought.
No, I assume that she learned to be able to come back home and impart the knowledge and help to boost and fortify the police service here in Trinidad and Tobago.
But at the same time, when you have to impart that knowledge to be able to give it some sort of certification, you do need a certain amount of accreditation yourself. So I just thought it was an interesting investment, and I'm glad to see that we have that sort of growth within our force.
But it's not the first time. So we do things like this all the time. I learned this, along the way, right? Where, we send officers, be it fire officers, police officers, on different courses in different places around the world, so that they can come back here and be able to impart that knowledge into the situation and see how best to move forward. You know, I mean, it's always good to keep upskilling yourself. So, like, you know, especially as World Youth Day, I think that's an important message this morning. You know, people think that when you finish school, especially young people, when you finish school, you think you're done. But every day you're gonna have to continue learning. It's never gonna stop. You're gonna have to do courses every so often. You might have to just do a little workshop. Different types of learning, you might do a little mentorship or some things like that, but you know, there are different types of learning that always continue to happen the rest of your life.
And I think especially since the pandemic and how fast the world had to kind of move ahead with technology, now even more so, you have to continuously be upskilling and even reskilling as well to ensure that you know what's going on in your sector. Because it's good to upskill and learn something different, but it's also good to know exactly what's happening in my sector. What do I need to go back to maybe a course or a workshop to do?
What's the latest technology in this sector that's helping things move faster, easier?
So upskilling and reskilling
Constant
is so important
learning.
now.
It don't stop.
It don't stop.
And you don't get vacation when you're an adult. Not from school.
Hopefully, you get to learn some more this morning with us here on the Now Morning Show. We are going to take a break, come back with some guests to give you more knowledge to help inspire you to upskill and do some more courses. But for now, come right back.
For generations, hard work and good advice have been essential. So when hard work gives me tough pain, I rely on Panadol Ultra that relieves fast 5 types of tough pain. Take good advice. Take Panadol Ultra. For the relief of mild or strong pain, we have a Panadol for you. Panadol, relief always by your side.
The best birthday gifts are at thebesttoys.com. Shop for the best brands you love at the best prices. Like VTech, Leapfrog, Fisher-Price, Play-Doh, Hot Wheels, Bobby, Cocomelon, LOL, Baby Alive, Crayola, Lego, Nerf, and remote control vehicles, kids learning desks, and educational toys. Ride-ons, bikes, drones, science toys, and board games and puzzles. And a wide range of baby items. We also have the best devices for school, like laptops, the Amazon Fire 7 tablet, the Amazon Fire 8, 10, and Kids Edition tab, as well as cases and accessories. Visit us in-store at Forces Flagship MacBean. Shop online now at dbesttoys.com. No credit card required. Free delivery throughout Trinidad and Tobago on orders over $300. Cash or links on delivery. Order via call or WhatsApp at 32DBEST to order. And remember, we have the best toys at the best prices.
Don't miss the first annual Netco National Entrepreneurship Awards 2022. Tune into TTT August 13th and 15th for all the winners. Feature addressed by the Honorable Foster Cummings, Minister of Youth Development and National Service, with performances by Top Entertainment. For details, see The Guardian and Express newspapers, Netco social media and website, netco.gov.tt. Sponsored by TTT, Guardian Media, NGC, CNG, HMB, Hyatt Regency, and the Trinidad Express. Netco, supporting, sustaining, succeeding, an agency of the Ministry of Youth Development and National Service.
We are going beyond the headlines, asking the questions you want answered. Joining us this week, Neil Parsonlao, Chairman of NALIS, Rhonda Francis, Chairman of TTT Limited, and the Honorable Simon Dinobuga, Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister, Communications.
Join us this Sunday at 7 p.m. on TTT, TTT Live Online, and Talk City 91.1 FM. We are delving deeper.
The Mother Church of the Anglican Diocese suffered significant damage during the earthquake of 2018. Efforts are underway to raise funds to restore this national heritage site. You are invited to make your donations with monthly deposits at any branch of the First Citizens Bank, account number 2696950, Marval Road Branch, in the name of the Incorporated Trustees of the Anglican Holy Trinity Cathedral Restoration.
.28 on a Friday morning, and you are watching the Now Morning Show, where we're getting into a conversation that involves honest writing. My next guest is a young author who has put his emotions to pen and paper and is giving us 57 Days of Emotions. Good morning and welcome to Dion Carrington.
Good morning. Lovely to be here.
Well, I am very glad that you're here because it's not often that we have young persons, and particularly males, articulating emotions. So tell me right off the bat, what inspired 57 Days of Emotions?
57 Days of Emotions was inspired by my understanding that young boys and men aren't given the space to explore their emotions. And obviously, myself being a young male, I also haven't had much of that room. I've had more than the average Joe because my parents gave me, some space to do that. But out in the world, there was no space to cry freely, do things like that. And I wanted to connect with my emotional self. So I took the time that I had off over the past 2 years to dive into my emotions. This project was just me connecting with my emotional self. And after 2 weeks of writing, I said, this is excellent. It needs to go out into the world.
You say that you got this space thanks to your parents and that you had the time. How old were you when you discovered or had that conscious thought of, there is not that space publicly, let me put pen to paper?
It definitely took a while for me to have the conscious thought. I think unconsciously, I knew must have been since 15, 16, this is something that I can't do this outside anymore. Ever since I was a young boy, people have been telling me, stop crying so much, you're a little girl or different things like that. And I just had to, conform. I had to destroy parts of myself that were innate. And I decided to fight against it, but the conscious thought to fight against it only came in recent years.
Okay. Now you're able to articulate things like you had to destroy parts of yourself. So that alludes to the fact that you may have been writing for some time now.
Yes.
In that case, was that the default in terms of navigating emotions as opposed to perhaps music or dance or any other form?
So writing, I guess, came naturally to me. I started writing poetry 7 years ago. I was inspired, I have to say, by the Two Cents movement. I must have gone to a spoken word show. I can't remember the first time I would have seen one of those performances. And I was amazed at the fact that these people could express themselves in this way.
Right.
And I tried my hand at it. So every time I was going through tough times, I said to myself, okay, let's try writing about it. And I'd share those writings with friends. And those were poor works of art. But you start somewhere.
Right.
And I've grown as a writer. And now I've reached to the point where I feel comfortable publishing my work.
Was it actually a 57-day piece type situation? Locked down 57 days and just wrote, or 57 pieces?
No.
What is to the title, the story to the title?
So the story to the title is I wanted to become a more disciplined writer. So I took the opportunity to write one piece every day. That was the plan. I wanted to write one thing every day.
Okay.
But I needed prompts. I couldn't just wake up one morning and say, well, what are we writing about today, Dion? That wouldn't make any sense. So I decided to find a list of emotions. It just so happened to be a list of emotions, and there just so happened to be 57 emotions on the list.
Okay.
So I said, okay, we'll work with this. And I called the project, still before it was going to become a book, I called the project 57 Days of Emotions. And I stuck with that title to honor the root of how this came about.
Got it. Now, we talk about the project, as you said, your first piece of published works of this sort, because we are looking at poems and sonnets, a combination of things.
Yes.
You're saying that we also have specifically 57 emotions. So perhaps the most difficult one to express, which was it?
The most difficult piece to write here was grief. And it's because I tell the story of the loss of my emotional self in that poem. It took me 5 attempts. One of those attempts was just me having to vomit on paper and say everything that I wanted to say.
No actual barf. Gotcha.
Yeah, and just get it out to get a better understanding of the things that I was trying to say. And finally, I can safely say that's one of the strongest pieces in the book.
It usually works that way, doesn't it? The hardest thing
Yes,
to do
yes,
turns
yes.
out to be the labor of love.
Yeah.
Sounds beautiful. But as we celebrate International Youth Day today, the theme this year, intergenerational solidarity, creating a world for all ages. It, of course, talks about bridging a gap immediately. How have you been able to do just that with your writing and your words, you feel?
I believe that through my writing, I can communicate with young persons and old persons. I have a piece in there that I wanted to read to my students because they were having a particular challenge. They've come to the point where certain things are funny, where we know in reality these are things we should not be laughing at.
Right.
And
coping mechanisms.
Coping mechanisms, correct. Right, and also, you know, there are pieces in there for elder persons who they'd read it and they'd be able to connect with it the way that a young person may not. You know, so I try to reach a wide range of persons in my writing as well, so yeah.
And in these writings, we hope to achieve that, but to get the writings now, how do we find you?
Right now, books are only available through me and the UnQ app. Right, so you can either go to my Instagram or Twitter page at I am D Carrington, or you can go to UnQ and search Dion Carrington. You'd be able to find the book there for sale.
Okay, and in terms of an official launch, do we have an event to look forward to?
Yes, on Sunday the 14th of August, so Sunday coming, there will be a book launch at Trinidad Theatre Workshop, aka Roots Yard. That's where Roots Yard is set up right now, and it's starting at 1 p.m.
Now, I'm seeing here that there will be performances and hosts. Are there going to be book readings and other spoken word acts? What can we look forward to?
There will be book readings, but the main event on the night is, well, the afternoon, is a conversation with Lou Lyons and Full Disclosure Radio, which I'm very excited about.
Right. So you guys can get your copy. You can find them on Instagram and, of course, Twitter, because that's where we articulate people go. His name I had to laugh at myself. But Dion Carrington is giving us 57 Days of Emotion. And as much as we talked about the book and where you can get it, he's also given us some visuals that can help to convey his message. Take a look as we take a break and come back with more here on the Now Morning Show. Thank you very much, Dion.
We used to run through endless fields aimlessly when we were bored, and there was nothing better to do. Rolled eyes and attention-seeking sighs would transform into smiles as quickly as we sprinted, leaped, spread our arms, and pretended to fly. Gosh, I long for the days when you were mine. Around 16, your comforting hold became a teasing touch at arm's length. It gave me more space to breathe, but no one to share the abundance of air with. I finally felt the full weight of an empty room. In search of you, I visit your favorite places, but upon arrival, you're nowhere to be seen. Hopelessly, I resort to the reenactment of a spirited ritual, reciting recipes to whichever wizard was willing to mix me a potion at any encounter. Soothing sips become gargantuan gulps, inciting trips, and I swear I could hear your steps from afar. My heart fights its way through my chest as your silhouette takes form, and like an oyster, as the moon fades away, my pearly whites begin to show.
TTT News, delivering more news more often to more people. TTT News, reporting on the people, events, and issues that affect your life. TTT News, online and fully interactive at TTT Live Online. TTT News, first at 6:30 p.m. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Soca music, take me back to my island. Soca music, take me.
My friends, look around. Don't take people for granted. Let them feel your heart. Let them know they're appreciated. Don't wait till they're in the ground to spread their roses around. Give all of the love you have before the end of my song.
Never before in my existence I felt so isolated, adapting to new norms with no guidance. I was so devastated.
Check one a history book. We were brought down here to work, not to lime or be no cook, but we were brought here to work.
Music is a piece of art that goes into the ears and straight to the heart. Music is also considered the international language that crosses all barriers and unites all cultures. The Cross Caribbean Countdown is a popular fan-driven music countdown show that features the hottest lineup of Caribbean stars and music. While spotlighting Caribbean businesses, Thursdays at 10 p.m. and Fridays at 9 p.m. exclusively on TTT with yours truly, Junior K.
We are something special, very special.
And remember to keep your tempo up.
Exalt the Lord, our God, and worship His holy name. For His mercy, exalt Him, sky, exalt Him, before, exalt Him, exalt every nation, exalt Him, all creation, great and small, exalt the Lord.
Stars fading while I linger on, dear, still craving your kiss. I'm longing to linger till dawn, dear, just saying this. Sweet dreams till sunbeams find you. Sweet dreams that leave all worries behind you. Just in your dreams, whatever they may be, dream a little dream of me. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Keelan Jacobs joins us this morning. Good morning, Keelan.
Good morning to you as well.
How are you this morning?
I am well.
I think you just made everybody just get like ease and calm and feeling all serene.
That was the goal.
That was the goal. Mission accomplished. I understand that you understand the assignment every single time.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit firstly about the World Championship of Performing Arts. I have personally never heard about it before I saw that you won it.
Okay.
What is it?
So the World Championship of Performing Arts, I also didn't know that much about it when I first heard of it as well. So I guess it's not that internationally known. However, it is a competition that is hosted in LA in the United States, where a lot of persons can showcase their talent. Well, it's actually a competition, but there are persons from all over the world that go there to either act, sing, dance, and many other things as well. And they get so many opportunities to have boot camps and go-sees and stuff like that, where actually, and scholarships as well, where I actually got a partial scholarship to the New York Film Academy in New York.
Congratulations.
Thank you very, very much. So I also competed in 4 categories in total, but in 2 of them I topped both categories with silver medals. And I will also be having an interview for the AAA, which is also stands short for the Artistic Artist Agency in LA, which is actually the top artist agency in that state.
How did you hear about the competition, about this whole thing in the first place, this championship?
So originally when I was 13, there was a competition that I entered in called the Black and Gold competition, which was hosted by Vonette Bigford.
Right.
I came third place in that, and actually my friend who came first, she was the one that introduced me to the competition, and I had a lot of questions for her because I just really didn't hear about it, and plus I was really, really young.
Mm-hmm.
But from that time all the way to now, it gave a lot of time to because of COVID and whatnot that happened, it allowed my age to be 16, which allowed me to get which allowed me to even get the scholarship, which is something I'm very grateful for.
So you're 16 now?
Yes.
All right. And you finished secondary school? Or?
Yes, I finished right CXC this year.
You're right. All right. So
Yes.
that means you're going to take up the scholarship immediately.
Yes.
You want to be a performer, you want to be a director, you want to be what is your goal?
My goal is to continue completely in the music field, in music category. Yes.
Okay. All right. Tell me about your experience out in LA.
Well, that
was the first time you went to LA?
Yes, it's actually the first time I've actually been in America.
Oh dear. How was that?
It was actually amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I loved all the scenery, all the trees, the hotel that I was even in, the persons that were there, the staff, they were all very, very friendly people.
Yeah.
It was very lovely to meet all of them. They all had a lot of questions. Me like, I've never heard your accent before. Where are you from? And it allowed me to
touch your hair?
No one asked me to touch my hair.
All right, you're lucky to get with it. Yeah, sorry, you were saying. So everybody was nice, everybody was friendly.
Yeah, they were very, very
friendly. And then
friendly.
you get to the competition, it was still all nice and friendly. Everybody kind of get a little competitive.
Well, I mean, it's kind of one of those things where it's like you get to meet a lot of amazing people, but at the end of the day, I also came here to win something. But it was also for me too, for the experience that I was able to gain from this, because I was able to meet persons like Jeff Weber and Romeo Johnson. Romeo Johnson is a vocal coach who's even toured with Michael and Janet Jackson, which was wow. And, Jeff Weber is even a Grammy winning what was the word I'm looking for? A Grammy winning producer.
Yeah.
Yes, that was also amazing to meet him as well.
This is very, I can see the excitement in you and you're beaming. You're 16 years old, which means that you couldn't have done this on your own. What is your support system like?
Family, friends, even complete strangers who probably just saw me from online and reached out as well. From being 13, we were supposed to go to the Wokopa originally when I was 13 and 20.
I like how she says from being 13, like, you know, yesterday I was 13, but today I'm 16.
Well, but it was fairly recent, to be quite honest. It was very recent. But from 13, we had a lot of fundraisers and selling cupcakes and even having like a GoFundMe page and stuff like that.
All to get to the championship?
Yes.
So this was your goal since 13 is what you're saying?
Yes.
Oh. How did you get into singing?
So I come from a very musical family and household. So from there, it even went into church as well because performed a lot in church.
Right.
And from there, I just completely fell in love with it. I never stopped. Started off in choir when I was about standard 3, continued all the way into Form 5. So I've been singing for a pretty long time.
Yeah. And do you have original music as well, or you sing covers and that kind of thing?
So I do both. So I have a few originals called like Stand Still, Little Star, which I will be actually singing for you all this evening right after this interview.
This morning.
This morning.
You're not in LA no more.
This morning. The time difference keeps messing me up. But yes. And
so
a few
you're
covers.
a singer and a songwriter?
Yes, I am.
And your style of music is what?
Right now, my main demographic is jazz.
Jazz?
Yes.
Okay. How you feel about calypso and thing?
I love calypso. I also sing calypso as well. I haven't in a short while, but I plan to get back into it as soon as possible.
Nice. Keelan, congratulations.
Thank you very,
Thank
very
you so much for making us proud here in Trinidad and Tobago, even though we didn't know it was happening. We didn't know the championships was happening, but
that's okay.
You went out there and you represented for Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes.
And we're very, very proud and very, very happy. And we want to hear your song.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Keelan Jacob.
Da, 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 da. And I can see you walking, see you running away, away. And I can see you hopping, see you jogging away from me. Silly little dream from 7-year-old me. How about you tell me, Mommy, won't you carry me? Thank you.
The best for your baby is at thebesttoys.com. From the best strollers, car seats, baby carriers, high chairs, booster seats, rockers, jumpers and bouncers, walkers, baby blankets, feeding accessories, bathtubs, gyms and play mats, playpens, cribs, baby swings, changing tables, diaper bags, clothing and accessories, and the widest range of educational toys. We carry Infantino, Dr. Brown, Avent, Graco, Chico, Fisher-Price, VTech, Leapfrog, Disney Baby, Delta Children, Medela, and Twist Shape. Visit us in-store at Forces flagship McLean. Shop online now at thebesttoys.com. No credit card required. Free delivery throughout Trinidad and Tobago on orders over $300. Cash or links on delivery. Order via call or WhatsApp at 332-BABY. And remember, we have the best toys at the best prices.
Feel better, Mom. Panadol Multi-Symptom. Relief in minutes. 7 cold and flu symptoms. Panadol Multi-Symptom. A dose of efficacy and care.
For cold and flu symptoms, Panadol. Relief always by your side.
Oh, hi there. Welcome. Welcome to my shop. This is Jones Repair Shop, and I'm Mr. Jones. In my shop, there's nothing that cannot be fixed. The number one thing that I like to fix are hearts. Can you think about somebody who has heart in your life? Wow, your parents. They have heart, they have an inner strength, right? So, has heart, everyone, means to have an inner strength.
Hi, I'm Penny Gomez, and welcome to Pop. Nessa, oh gosh, you look like you've just come out of school. They look at the innocence on your face. We are challenging you to cook off in the kitchen.
Then I'm gonna take this now. Bam.
Oh, they didn't tell me this all. I walk with some like home seasoning, some shot of them from the garden.
It's not all of that. Favorite snack?
Myself.
And how do we say now? See you the very next time on Pop.
Auf Wiedersehen on Pop.
back inside the Now Morning Show. It's Friday. We're having a great day so far. I mean, ladies, be honest. How you feel about Keelan just now?
Listen, first of all, when Keelan told me she's 16, I was blown
Watch
away.
now.
I was blown away. I was like, oh my gosh, a young adult for International Youth Day. And then Keelan opened her mouth and she was like, when I was 13, it was 3 years ago. I'm like, you are 16 years?
Right.
And that voice, oh my gosh, that jazz just coming and she just like...
But it makes
swept the
sense when she
studio.
said she was on Vonet's show. Like it makes sense. Speaking of Vonet's show, let's see 12 and under coming back.
With Auntie V?
With Auntie V.
Yes, I saw
with
it.
Miss V. Are they playing with
Yes.
she?
I'm so
I'm really
excited.
excited about it.
Absolutely, we'll have talent like that and more. Because the one thing that I remembered about 12 and under was the variety that you got.
Mhm.
You got everything from poetry to singing to dance. And so now, where we have even more that we can explore in terms of talent, I'm thrilled to have it back. I just wish that it was that iconic pianist next to, you know what I mean? Like,
I think there will be an
there was.
iconic pianist.
So
you have to stay tuned to find out exactly who it's going to be.
Only on TV.
It might be me.
Nah.
I can't be an iconic pianist.
So guys, the other guest we really I also enjoyed Dion, particularly because, as he rightfully said, we have a double whammy, so to speak, where young men in particular also don't get a chance to share their emotions freely. And so here we have somebody leading the way, putting pen to paper to do so. I really want to pick up that book, 57 Emotions. I was starting to check
You
in my
didn't
mind.
keep the copy while I was here?
No, we don't klepto. I was thinking to myself, though, I didn't even think of the 57 emotions. I mean, like, do I have all those emotions? I didn't
Yes,
even know.
Anchor.
I learned something immediately.
Yes, you do.
I have all those expressions. For sure.
Yeah, I agree with that. 57 emotions. And it's actually a pity that we didn't get to check in with the tourism secretary from Tobago this
Right.
morning, because I know he would have been having some interesting conversations. They're actually having an activity coming up to celebrate International Youth Month, and so it would have been interested to hear, you know, what they're having in Tobago and how they're going to be commemorating this day.
I'll find out for you.
Yeah.
Cross Monday. So I'll find out for you.
Yes. But I know that we are going to be talking to some more young people. I know that Ayinka has seen her furry guest already, so we also look forward to that as well.
And she get a little so excited,
manifested it,
yeah,
and so
boy.
here it is. So I know she's looking forward to that interview as well.
You just
I'm
make my
allergic,
way
so I'm going to stay
stage
far.
left. Make my way
Are you
stage
allergic
left.
as well?
No, I'm not allergic. I'm just good.
Yeah, I am allergic, so I'm going to stay away. But it looks like it's going to be a fun interview. I could just imagine.
And when I was getting ready for that interview, one of the members of staff on set saw the carrier and said, "What is that?" and was ready to
Of course. Of course.
Which is the perfect way to segue rather into our birthdays, because it's her birthday today.
Ooh.
So
Oh,
let
is it?
me say happy birthday to the petrified floor coordinator for the morning,
Avi.
Happy birthday,
Come, Avi, come.
Ooh.
Come, Avi, it's your birthday.
What?
to you.
You gonna rock us to bring you a gift? You
It's because
special?
she's a Pisces. Yeah, they have a whole lot. Like it's not even. I'm not even being mean.
Abigail, happy birthday, girl. Oh gosh, you
No, he not
appreciate
accustomed to
it.
presentation. He come on.
Yeah,
come
it's a
across
all the way around. So they could have
Jeez,
got a good
yes.
little shot, cheese on
Aw,
bread.
that is so
Happy
sweet.
birthday,
Happy
birthday,
girl.
Abby.
She's fully scrolling through Instagram, taking all her notifications. Happy birthday, girl.
Aw, that's
As
amazing.
you continue to celebrate birthdays, amazing. That
I
was
think Kimberly have birthdays today.
That's amazing.
Guys,
Today
I
is
have
a day
two
for breaking
birthdays,
records, guys.
right?
Come on.
So I have 2 birthdays. So first of all, let me wish my god baby. She's growing up, guys. I have a goddaughter who's 16
God
years
baby.
old. She's still my baby. Happy
not a baby,
birthday
ma'am.
goes out to you, Nafisa Griffith, coming all the way from your auntie Kimberly. I just want to let you know that I love you so much, and I hope that you have a great birthday. All the best to you, and have a fantastic weekend. Let me also say happy birthday going out to one of my good friends from school. We met while I was doing my degree, and we've been friends to this day. Happy birthday, Michelle. I hope you have a great day today. Ah, there she is. Nice. So we got a picture of her. Happy birthday, Michelle. Have a great day. This is not the picture that I chose for you, but have a happy birthday. This is her. Listen, Mish. I know that you know her this as well. This is her this picture. I had an even more fantastic picture than this, but
I don't
of
understand what's the
course we are
problem with
going
this picture.
to.
What's wrong with this? With
We're
that
going to
picture?
work with this one. Stop interrupting my birthday
I'm just
greetings.
asking. I'm asking for the
Stop.
culture. What's wrong with that picture?
Happy birthday to you.
That was a
Mish.
beautiful picture,
I hope
Michelle.
you have a great day.
Happy birthday, Michelle. Hope you have a great day.
My girl says, stop interrupting my birthday greeting.
The one for the year
Yes.
that she has.
Yes. And I swear to you, the first time she called, I was like, didn't she tell this person happy birthday earlier, like mistakenly? I feel like you did. But
No,
anyway.
I didn't know.
Considering the birthday greetings, we want to say happy. Well, do you have any birthdays
I
today?
do. You go ahead. I have yours mine today.
Neither do I. And it's so funny. The
There's somebody, Disha, I
Yeah,
believe.
Disha, yeah.
Disha is celebrating their birthday today, so happy birthday to you, Disha. I hope that you have yourself a great day today.
Nice picture.
And you enjoy it to the fullest. I'm sure Carlos shows this one. Pretty certain.
But it's
Also
fun, yes.
celebrating his birthday today is
Tomorrow. Tomorrow, yes.
All right. Alim's son, Liam, celebrates his birthday tomorrow.
He calls his whole heartbeats, his entire
And
heartbeat.
child only saying I love mom.
Yeah.
What a predicament to be in there, boy.
If I were that child, I understand.
Wow.
We did
wow.
that
You all
one
are
morning.
quite up on the mountain ridge this
I
morning.
said what I said.
Coming out from Daddy Liam, have a happy birthday from your dad Alim. And of course, from all of us here on the Now Morning Show, have a great day tomorrow.
We also want to say happy birthday going on to Elisha, celebrating her birthday today. Elisha, hope you have yourself a fantastic day today. I'm almost 100% sure that's coming from Carlos.
Almost 100, almost 100. Happy birthday, Elisha.
99%. I'm loving this birthday greetings.
We also have an Alan Tadier who's also celebrating his birthday
We
today.
have an Alan Tadier.
Alan, happy birthday to you. What a great day to be celebrating your birthday. Have a fantastic weekend as well. Happy
That's the
birthday
drinks
to
cup
you.
for later, Alan.
More than likely.
Hey. Looks like the kind of cup we could cheers with.
Also going to say happy birthday going out to Keisha as well. Keisha, happy birthday to you. Have a great day today. Ooh, loving everything about this pic. Happy birthday, Keisha. Have a great one. Again, what a day to celebrate a birthday. Happy birthday to you.
This year my birthday is on a Friday too, and I look forward to it. I'm celebrating.
Really nice.
The whole weekend.
We also want to say happy birthday. Sorry to interrupt. We have Jada celebrating her birthday today. So Jada, happiest of birthdays.
This is a Carlos pic.
To you. I mean,
I love the crown.
They're so easily identifiable
I know,
now, aren't
right?
they?
Love the
He
crown.
chooses with such precision every single time. Good morning to you, Carlos. Johnny Boy is also celebrating his birthday. We have a whole list of birthdays today, boy. Johnny Boy.
Oh my God,
This Johnny
Jonathan. Okay.
This is what we call it, Johnny Boy.
His Johnny Boy.
His birthday's tomorrow, though.
Johnny
Yeah.
Boy.
So happy birthday, Mr. Moonsami.
Wow.
I hope that you have a productive day today.
Of course.
And drink plenty tomorrow.
Of course. Jonathan is a hard worker. He sits like right a few chairs away from me, so he doesn't I know.
He doesn't sit. That's a lie to begin with.
No. In the minute that he sits,
His desk is.
in the minute that he sits and typing up those emails very quickly before he shoots off to a phone call. Happy birthday to you, Johnny. Do you guys have my pictures yet for Nafisa? No pictures. Okay, cool, no problem. So yeah, it's a good day for a birthday. And there's a quiet on set.
It is. No. Well, we have to give you a whole moment. It's not often that you have birthdays.
You see?
You celebrate.
Yeah, but the stars didn't align today. The one day I had pictures, I had birthdays.
The stars?
And the stars didn't align.
The stars don't operate technology.
You understand? do know the stars align is a saying, right? Like you do know. Let me just.
No,
do you know?
really?
Yes, it is.
Who says that?
It is a saying.
Who says it?
It is a saying.
Which stars does align?
What do you mean with stars
Like movie
align?
stars, like what kind of stars?
You really believe that the movie stars are going to align for something?
Why
to
not?
happen?
They can't line up. If they line up in a straight line, they could be aligned.
I do know you know better.
We are going
don't
to
make
take a
don't make me
break.
doubt myself. I do know you know better.
I love that she just pulling the whole chain and going now, boy. Oh yeah, we coming back with more in our morning show. Stay tuned. I think we have more. We have more to come still. Plenty more.
People.
Yeah.
A healthy heart starts with a healthy lifestyle. The evidence of our worth is based on the treatment we make worthwhile. Easy access to medicine and technology will help you manage your risk. Our team is based in care, and our systems to monitor your health will ease your fears. The Hearts Initiative is here to help you. A project from the Ministry of Health and PAHO.
Harry, I just found out about this investment thing. Everybody went in big.
Investment thing?
Yes, man. I just need 2 people. Check it out.
Huh, this looking too good to be true. But I could use a new car.
It is too good to be true. you need to report this to the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission, or TTSEC, right away, and warned on as well.
Huh? How I doing that?
Download the TTSEC Investor Protection app and make the report through email, text, or even voice note.
Whoa, and look, I can even see who registered with TTSEC. I better warn Dawn before she does something she regrets. Download the TTSEC Investor Protection app today and protect you and your loved ones from financial scams. TTSEC Investor Protection app, reaching you wherever you are.
D-Best Baby Registry is here. At dbesttoys.com, we want to help you get everything needed to comfortably welcome your new baby. dbesttoys.com is loaded with all the baby essentials to suit your style and safety needs and to fit everyone's budget. Parents can create their baby registry from the comfort of their homes. Just log on to dbesttoys.com and click on the registry tab. Browse all our items from cribs, strollers, car seats, walkers, and bouncers to feeding and nursing accessories, potties, play mats, clothing, and sensory toys. And simply click Add to Registry. Parents also enjoy 10% off the remaining items in their registry upon completion. Be gifted with what you really need to keep your baby happy and healthy and create the best baby registry at dbesttoys.com today.
We are going beyond the headlines, asking the questions you want answered. Joining us this week,
Neil Parsonlal, Chairman of NALIS, Rhonda Francis, Chairman of TTT Limited, and the Honorable Simon Dinobuga, Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister, Communications.
Join us this Sunday at 7 p.m. on TTT, TTT Live Online, and Talk City 91.1 FM. We are delving deeper.
Welcome back to the Now Morning Show, where Ruckus is upset because he didn't get to play his song of choice. So I'll give you a couple of seconds because it alludes to my next guest, who happens to have 4 legs. Welcome to the new segment where we talk to Kavita Prasad, the veterinarian that helps us to become better pet parents. And this morning, under the Lunar Light Vet for Pets segment, we've got Sushi the kitten. Good morning, Kavita and Sushi.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. Say hi, Sushi.
Sushi looks like she's just ready to run.
Sushi was woken up early today.
So she's kind of struggling to work with the hours.
Yes.
But it's because she's not used to that kind of life. She's a rescue, right?
Yes, she is a rescue. One of the many rescues that we see on a daily basis due to our overpopulation problem in Trinidad and Tobago. So
now that's something we don't necessarily think about. We just see stray cats and dogs and it is what it is.
Yeah.
But to say that we have a problem means that it poses a nuisance and it actually is something we need to address.
It is actually something we need to address. It's a really critical problem, particularly for what we see cats. I mean, dogs, yes, but cats could produce over like 2 to 3 litters per year, with 4 being like an average per litter. So one cat could produce 20 kittens for the year. And that's just one cat.
And that's if they only have a litter of like 4.
Yeah, only. And yeah, that's
usually
average.
See that exceeded.
Yes.
So girl, Sushi got friends out there that's struggling too.
Yes, a lot of friends.
In that case, how do we manage that? What is the proposed veterinary suggested solution?
So, we have the overpopulation problem because of lack of neutering and spaying. Well, I'd say lack of responsible owner neutering and spaying, which is basically getting your pets fixed to help reduce these amount of, abandoned and strays on the road, right? So what we can do is encourage owners. They don't really see, or because of lack of knowledge, they may not know the importance of getting their pets neutered or spayed, right? They may think that, I want to have my dog make this litter for a one-time thing, but you
Right.
know, you don't know where that litter is gonna go down the road. Like even if you find good homes for that particular litter, like if that dog makes another litter or cat makes another litter, you know, you don't really know
Right.
where it's gonna go.
I think it's also important to underscore the fact that they have these primal urges that they have to give into.
Exactly.
So I've seen dogs approach yards that they had no idea existed before because another dog in the yard is calling, kind of situation.
Correct.
And that probably is, I think, one of the big contributors to unwanted litters, because you don't even realize how urgent or how easy
Yeah.
it is for these animals to miss.
So once they hit that sexual maturity, they want to go roaming, the cats and dogs, the male cats and male dogs. So neutering is one of the benefits of that, actually decreases their urge to roam. Right? She's probably hungry.
It's about that time.
Yeah. But besides the overpopulation control, there are other health benefits. So spaying females could actually reduce, both females and males could actually reduce the risk of reproductive cancer later on. So just like with humans, so mammary tumors, uterine tumors, prostate, testicular. Yeah, it has many health benefits to it later on in life. And I know a lot of people, particularly males, don't like to hear that when it
But
comes
it
to
happens to the
neutering the
animals
males.
too. Tell me,
Yeah.
in your experience thus far, have we had many instances of those sorts of problems in animals that have been identified by the owners?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Interesting to me.
Even with older females too, they tend to get womb infections, you know, if left unspayed. So if you don't plan on breeding them, which, you know, at this point, I would say there's so many strays that need adoption right now, which is the other thing I want to touch on, adoption. So a lot of people, I know people prefer particular breeds and that kind of thing.
Right.
But there are so many kittens and pups that need adoption right
Right.
now, or even older pets at the shelters. Our shelters are overburdened with so many animals, and you know, I think just again due to the lack of knowledge and stuff with owners, we're just gonna continue in this downward spiral with regards to the animal welfare.
So what is the adoption process like? Is it a complex or lengthy?
Well, actually, you can directly contact TTSPCA for that information, right? I can always post the number on my Facebook page, or you guys can always research it as well,
Of course, easy to
right?
find.
Yeah, TTSPCA or Animal Welfare Organization, or well, Animal Welfare Network, because Sushi here is actually being under the care of Animal Welfare.
So Sushi's up for adoption?
Yeah, Sushi is up for adoption.
Sushi can be yours.
Yeah, Sushi can be yours.
And Sushi doesn't like me, so I'm gonna stay here. Hopefully during the break I will get Sushi to be my friend again. She was just crawling on my back and now she's like, what is happening? But hopefully you guys have gained some knowledge so that before you run out there and buy a new pet, or just let your pet dog or cat roam the neighborhood and add to the populace, hopefully you have more information on how to be a better pet owner, thanks to Kavita Prasad and Sushi from Lunar Light Vets for Pets. Guys, we take a break and come back. And our morning show continues with Sushi. Oh. Right here and now.
Don't miss the first annual Netco National Entrepreneurship Awards 2022. Tune into TTT August 13th and 15th for all the winners. Feature addressed by the Honorable Foster Cummings, Minister of Youth Development and National Service, with performances by Top Entertainment. For details, see The Guardian and Express newspapers, Netco social media and website, netco.gov.tt. Sponsored by TTT, Guardian Media, NGC, CNG, HMB, Hyatt Regency, and the Trinidad Express. Netco, supporting, sustaining, succeeding, an agency of the Ministry of Youth Development and National Service.
The stage is waiting for you. 12 and under submissions are open. Can you sing, dance, do a dramatic skit, spoken word, play an instrument, or have a variety act with a wow factor? Well, these These are your pre-screening guidelines. 1. Talent can be any type of amateur entertainment. 2. Each act will be limited to 3 minutes. 3. All entries must be submitted to www.12nunder.com/upload. That's 12, the letter N, UNDER.com/upload by August 24th. And 4. Just wait on your call. The 12 and under submissions are open.
You are dearer to me than all the stars. So many wish but never reach. 'Cause when I'm falling and all the world seems dark, you help me find my peace. Oshun mi ba fishani. Oshun mi ba Oshun mi ba fishani. Arubita yeah 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 yeah
TTT News, nightly at 6:30. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
For life, they could rip the shirt off my back. I have life, yes, I have life. And if this all and my shoes pass up, I breathe and find grateful for life.
I'm grateful for life, grateful for life. Hands them walking, I feel alive. Foot them walking, I feel alive. Everything walking, I feel alive. And
I'm grateful for it all.
Just about 15 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock on this Friday morning. Remember, we are celebrating International Youth Day. And so with me in studio, I have Miss Renee Artwell, who is one of the CARICOM Youth Ambassadors and also the Dean of the CARICOM Youth Ambassador Corps. Ms. Artwell, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us on Now.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me today.
Of course. Well, first of all, happy International Youth Day to you.
Thank you so much, and I say happy International Youth Day to all young persons in Trinidad and Tobago and throughout the region who may be tuned into this program today.
Of course. Now, a CARICOM Youth Ambassador. What is a CARICOM Youth Ambassador? And also share with us what are some of your roles and responsibilities?
So the CARICOM Youth Ambassador program is essentially CARICOM's mechanism for having young persons involved in the integration movement. And so they created this program in the late 1990s to ensure that young persons can actually get involved in CARICOM, know about the integration movement, and could assist in facilitating that there is continuity in the regional integration movement. And so the program operates in such a way that there are supposed to be 2 young persons from each participating member state who are appointed as CARICOM Youth Ambassadors, and they help to advocate for CARICOM and inform young persons on what CARICOM is, what the CSME is, and what are the opportunities that are created for young persons within this mechanism.
So you are one of 2 in TNT?
Yes. So in Trinidad and Tobago, we have one in Trinidad, which is myself, and we have one in Tobago, Mr. Keegan Dinoon. We try to ensure that there's representation from both islands in the program.
Right, nice. And so what would have piqued your interest, I would say, in youth involvement and even in CARICOM for you to become a CARICOM Youth Ambassador?
Well, when I did my degree, I went to the UWI Capeville in Barbados, and when you went in such a regional environment where you have young persons from around the region and young persons who are very passionate about transforming the Caribbean region and creating a more sustainable region, you really are forced into that level of advocacy and activism to really create a way for a better region. And so that's how I really got involved. I started off in the UESAT, which is the Students Today Alumni Tomorrow program, and they did a lot of work in terms of regional integration, climate change, and educating young persons on many of the issues affecting youth throughout the region. And so I got involved in CARICOM from there, and when I came back home and I finished law school, I saw the ad open for CARICOM Youth Ambassadors, and I applied, and I got selected.
And how long will you be a CARICOM Youth Ambassador for? So then tell us when you were appointed, and then how long is the term?
We were appointed in 2020. It's supposed to be, it's usually for 2 years with a possibility for a 1-year extension. Because, of course, of the COVID-19 pandemic, they facilitated us with having an extension. So we should be finishing next year in 2023.
Nice. And anybody who's looking on now and you know, want to know, you know, how to get involved in the CARICOM Youth Ambassador program, what can you tell them?
Yes, well, we are on social media, on Facebook and Instagram. Of course, you can connect with, if they can connect with us if they want to find out more information about it. But the Ministry of Youth Development and National Service is the coordinating ministry for the program. So they are the ones who send out the advertisement and facilitate the interviews when they are selecting the CYAs.
Now let's switch gears to International Youth Day. Tell us about International Youth Day in terms of the theme, and you know, what does that mean for you as a CARICOM Youth Ambassador?
Yes, well, the International Youth Day is celebrated annually. It's really facilitated by the UN as an international organization at the global level, and it really seeks to create this day where we can celebrate young persons and the contributions that they make to the world at large. Now, the theme for this year is intergenerational solidarity, and all this simply means is that while on International Youth Day we really celebrate youth and the contribution that we create and we give to society, there's a need for all generations to be involved if we want to achieve sustainable development. So we can't just focus on young persons and leave older persons out of the conversation. There is a need for all persons to be involved. So young persons therefore need to create a partnership with older persons to ensure that nobody is left behind as we seek to move forward from the pandemic and build back better.
Now, when you mentioned, you know, young people working with old people, ageism came to mind, right? Because a lot of people are, especially the older folks, they are left out of certain things because people they seem to be too old and like they can't, you know, do certain things. How can we work around that issue of ageism to create that intergenerational connection that you were talking about?
Well, most definitely, I think public education is important, because when we speak about ageism, we're really referring to, you know, stereotypes and prejudices that people attach not only to older persons, but young persons as well. There are barriers in places like employment and even political participation for young persons to get involved because they are seen as lacking experience. And I think that the reason why the collaboration and partnership is so important, because young persons and older persons bring two different things to the table. Young persons bring a certain level of innovation and creativity, whereas persons who may be older would bring that level of expertise that you really need to build strong institutions. So I think that is essentially when we are able to bridge that gap and educate persons that, listen, these different generations bring different things to the table, but it's all essential in creating a better world.
Of course. And then, so how does technology assist with bringing everybody together and ensuring that there's room at the table for the older and for the younger generation?
Because we are in such a tech-savvy generation, I think it's very important that we tap into the resources that we have. You know, as we seek to build technology and create this level of digital transformation, it's important that we tap into resources like social media. I mean, we are in an age where we have babies straight up to older persons on social media and utilizing these platforms to get information and to find out resources on how they can get involved and different things like that. So if we're able to push certain campaigns on social media to let people know, listen, we are creating an inclusive society where persons from all generations can get involved. This is what we are going to do. And yesterday I was in a consultation. CARICOM is currently having a digital transformation consultation where they are trying to create a strategy or policy that we can actually get the region moving forward in technology and digital transformation. And we really emphasize that, listen, we need all persons involved. Young persons are seen as tech-savvy, but they still need to build up on their skills, whereas older persons who may be lacking in that area, there needs to be more programs in place to train them so that they could use technology for better.
Of course. Now, when we also talk about that intergenerational collaboration, what other benefits can you see? And let's be specific in terms of nation building. How can they work together to ensure that we have a better nation, a better economy, you know, for future generations as well?
Most definitely. Well, I think when we go into that area, we're talking about policy and decision making. You know, many times when you look at the political participation, what you tend to see, especially within the region, is we have a lot of political leaders that may be a bit older. I mean, now we are now seeing a few introductions of younger leaders. We see Grenada most recently. There was an election in St. Kitts Nevis. I think he is 45 years old. So you are now seeing a bit of younger persons becoming heads of government and heads of state within the region. And that's a good place to start, because if you want to create decisions for everyone in society that includes young persons, I think you must give young persons a seat at the table, give them the opportunity to contribute to the conversation. So when policies are being created and decisions are being made for society, all groups must be involved. Persons that are older, persons that are younger, persons in marginalized communities, persons in rural communities, persons who are differently able. You need to give everybody a seat at the table to ensure that we can create decisions that would benefit everyone in society.
Now, as a youth ambassador in CARICOM, does the team sit and also work on policies that may be implemented across the region?
Well, that is a bit technical, because I also sit as the Dean of the CARICOM Youth Ambassador Corps. I am usually the person who sits on CARICOM technical working groups. So when CARICOM wants to create policy, what they usually do is they create a technical working group or an advisory committee, and what they try to do is they try to have a youth perspective on it. Now, sometimes they may call on individual CARICOM youth ambassadors based on their level of background or their level of skill. So, for example, if they are having something on law and legal transformation, because I'm an attorney, I would sit on that committee. If we have a CARICOM youth ambassador from Barbados who is skilled in social media and communications, if they are creating policy at that level, then we would tend to reach out to that person. But what we do is make sure that young persons have a seat at the table, and once policy is being created, we try to have a youth voice at every technical committee that CARICOM creates.
Now, I know that you were speaking about advocacy as it relates to the CARICOM Youth Ambassador, but I'm hearing that you're training to be a lawyer, so tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yes, I am an attorney. I'm an attorney. I've been an attorney for the past 3 years, and I am attached to the Legal Aid and Advisory Authority.
Nice. So then how do you find the time to be a lawyer? Because that is policy, that is paperwork, also working with these technical groups and all the other responsibilities that comes with being a dean of the Corps.
Well, there is usually not a clash in terms of time, because my job as an attorney, it's not an 8 to 4 per se, right? But technically it is an 8 to 4. I'm usually in the office between the hours of 8 to 4. So I usually maximize the time out of the office to work on different things that I have to work on. I use my evenings and my weekends to do extra things, because of course, I always believe in giving back and, you know, having that level of service to community and to country. And so doing things like that is never really a burden for me. It's actually what I like to do. So I do that as a means of stress relief after a long day at work.
I could imagine, yes. And I mean, you are a CARICOM Youth Ambassador when our country is celebrating our 60th independence. What is that feeling like?
It is most definitely an ecstatic feeling as a young person, being able to experience and see us achieve so many things. I mean, at the end of the day, when we look at the level of development that we have here in Trinidad and Tobago, we have a long way to go. But I think we also have a lot to accomplish. We have a lot to celebrate, sorry. You know, we have just recently at the World Championships and all of these sporting arenas, we have seen our young persons in the sporting field bring home all these medals, and, you know, just being able to participate, and it brings a certain level of pride to us as Trimbagonians. I think we have achieved quite a lot, and it really makes me feel a sense of national pride to be a young person in Trinidad. Yes, we have a long way to go. Yes, we have a lot of issues to fix, but I think we have a lot to celebrate on accomplishing 60 years this year.
And as far as the CARICOM ambassadorship program goes, what sort of programs or initiatives or projects we can look out for?
Well, we are within the next few months rolling out a climate change and health project. We receive funding from PAHO. However, we would be, because it's a small scale project, we'd be focusing on young persons in Tobago. It's a recycling initiative which we are supposed to roll out, partnering with a recycling company in Tobago. So we're really hoping to roll that out in September of this year, where we have young persons learn a little bit more about climate change and health, because CARICOM currently has an agreement with the EU where they are trying to push this One Health policy. So we want to make sure that young persons are educated on climate change and health, and they can actually engage in practical projects to learn about it and to go on and be advocates to other young persons within their community. So that's something that you can look out for, what we plan to roll out.
Now, while you're at the youth program, do you have any plans to even join, you know, like, let's say the CARICOM community sometime further down in your career?
Maybe. I'm still very junior in my career,
Yes.
so I'm taking things one step at a time. Because I'm an attorney, I have a certain level of flexibility to enter into different fields. So, I mean, I love CARICOM, and I do have a vision for a much better, more sustainable Caribbean region. So I would not... I can see myself there, but I have not really made any kind of firm decisions as to what I want to do, let's say, 10 years from now.
That's nice, no problem. And Ms. Atwell, final thoughts before we close.
Yes, I just want to tell all young persons who are listening, Happy International Youth Day. This is really a day for us to celebrate us and the contributions that we bring and we create to society. I know sometimes persons may not see it, but listen, young persons are entrepreneurs, they are athletes, they are young professionals, and they contribute to society in all of these different ways. We are unique, we are innovative, we are creative, and that's really something that we should celebrate today and every other day of the year, but more so today on International Youth Day.
Of course. Well, Ms. Atwell, thank you so much for coming in today and just sharing, a bit about your work and, what you see for the plans for TNT moving forward into the next 60+ years as we do commemorate our 60th independence this year. So thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
And that was Mr. Renee Atwell, who is the one of the CARICOM Youth Ambassadors and also the Dean of the CARICOM Youth Ambassador Corps. On the Now Morning Show, we have so much more coming up on this International Youth Day. Stay with us.
The stage is waiting for you. 12 and under submissions are open. Can you sing, dance, do a dramatic skit, spoken word, play an instrument, or have a variety act with a wow factor? Well, these are your pre-screening guidelines. 1. Talent can be any type of amateur entertainment. 2. Each act will be limited to 3 minutes. 3. All entries must be submitted to www.12nunder.com/upload. That's 12, the letter N, UNDER.com/upload by August 24th. And 4. Just wait on your call. The 12 and under submissions are open.
Soca music, take me back to my island. Soca music, take me.
We are going beyond the headlines, asking the questions you want answered. Joining us this week, Neil Pasanlao, Chairman of NALIS, Rhonda Francis, Chairman of TTT Limited, and the Honorable Simon de Nobrega, Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister, Communications.
Join us this Sunday at 7 p.m. on TTT, TTT Live Online, and Talk City 91.1 FM. We are delving deeper.
Hi, I'm Penny Gomez, and welcome to Pop. Yes, oh gosh, you look like you've just come out of school there. Look at the innocence on your face. We are challenging you to cook off in the kitchen.
Then I'm gonna take this now. Bam.
Oh, little 10 minutes I walk with some like home seasoning, some shut down from the garden.
It's not all of that. Favorite snack?
Myself.
And how do we say now, see you the very next time on Pop?
Auf Wiedersehen on Pop.
wife was promised to me like I have. God over my...
Just in a little prayers this morning, 7:32 on the button. I hope that you guys are having a great time, because we certainly are. It's Friday, it's International Youth Day, well, World Youth Day. And we're celebrating on the Now Morning Show. We've had many, many talented youth pass through this morning for sure. And we still have more to come, so I look forward to the rest of it. How are you guys feeling?
Youthful.
Good. Ayanka, how was your interview with your furry friend?
No, she ran away. She didn't even know how it went. She just ran.
Ayanka's mood was all this, and then Sushi ran away, and she was like, oh, she doesn't want to come by me.
But he was talking about you running away, but she had a logical explanation.
Yeah,
she is allergic. And Sushi is up for adoption, so I'm just trying to get Sushi a nice little home, and hopefully thwart the tendency of people to just buy pets and then abandon them. Because I think as much as she talks about pets meeting and having large litters that become abandoned or, overpopulate the shelters, the other part of the problem is also, because I actually know people who have gotten pets and over time the novelty wore off and they've just let them roam the streets.
But I feel like cats is a kind of pet you can't really control too much now, boy.
Historically speaking, cats domesticated themselves. They decided, we'll let the humans feed us from now on. But largely, when you domesticate a cat and you treat it well, it will stick around. It's not like they're going to, wow, I realize the problem in that statement. But anyway, they generally will not be problematic if you have set the right parameters, and they can be trained and kept indoors much more than
train them, feed them, and they go stick around.
Let me just tell the viewers that the laughter that you're hearing is our crew.
I don't know if they're hearing the laughter.
The laughter is our crew, is not us. But
the entire crew behind the camera is currently having a field day.
Cracking up.
And hopefully that's because they are now going to be more responsible pet owners.
That's definitely the reason. I definitely
go
see Carlos's enthusiasm for his pets has definitely grown. And he's going to make sure and train them and feed them at every chance that he gets, right, Carlos?
To ensure that they stay. That's the key word.
Yep. Indeed.
Indeed.
You have pets at all, Kimberly?
No, I don't have pets.
You're
I think if I ever have
just cats?
No, just cats. But I think if I have to get pets, I just might get an aquarium with some fish. I don't know if I want to do the whole dog thing. I mean, dogs are cute, dogs are nice. But I remember that I had an uncle who had an aquarium. Whenever I went by him, sometimes he comes home from a hard day's of work and he would just sit down in front of the aquarium and just chill.
Right.
And I think it's and so sometimes I used to do it as well. Of course, I'm older now, so I understand it now more. But I think I would just get an aquarium with some fish.
Didn't show you, but you had to clean the aquarium.
Yes,
that part is kind of important. Because some people with aquariums and they kind of looking like the sea now.
Right.
Murky, yeah.
That's actually why they have aquariums, and most times in dental offices. They actually statistically have been proven to help with calming you down, and people have that anxiety when it comes to going to the dentist for whatever reason. Look at the fish tank and you feel a lot better. I say for whatever reason.
You're holding my mouth open and joking up inside. If you have a reason to be a little nervous.
Second time, I'm keeping it here. I'm not saying anything this morning. And to those of you who are viewing and caught on to all the innuendos of Rockus's musical selections, good morning. Thank you for viewing.
I couldn't help it.
I got all the messages.
Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Khan.
He got messages too.
Good morning, Mr. Khan.
Yeah.
I know he enjoyed it. He got the hint, I'm just saying. It was a good play.
Meanwhile, Sushi is here on a good mission.
Sushi.
Knowledge is
what did you learn this morning, Rockus, thus far?
Well, I mean, I've just been really enjoying the all of the presence of the youth on the show this morning. Of course, doing great things. Those working in policy, those working in entertainment, those doing different things. I'm really sorry we didn't get a chance to properly have the interview with the
youth from Tobago, right?
The former tourism youth from Tobago, youth ambassador.
He's a tourism secretary. Former tourism secretary. Yeah.
But don't worry, I'm all the youth you need. Let's go.
No, I will stay quiet. This is.
Our next guest is going to make up for that, though, because we're getting ready to celebrate International Youth Day with no stranger to this set, but a musician who also helps us bridge the gap between another celebration of Steel Pan Month. Now, I know I wasn't here yesterday. I know you guys had a thorough celebration. But in terms of the World Steel Pan Day, I think a lot of people undersell, as we say, the significance of the steel drum and all that is done, because we were talking about it amongst ourselves on radio, and the ability to bridge the gap in generations as well, where older men who in the past may have had, well, as we say, reputed bad man, put on the gun and pick up the pan stick, and then became mentors to younger generations. We really have a beautiful instrument in the steel pan, and I cannot wait till our next performer graces us with his presence. Hopefully you play a much better song selection than Ruckus this morning, though.
You know what others can't take in this place is the disrespect. This is what others can't take. This is what I just come to work here. I come to work good. I come to work good. I play some music that definitely relates to what she's talking about. It was related. Somebody, kitty cat, get away. We were talking about adopting cats. Is your mind that went in the gutter? And that is not my responsibility. I cannot be held accountable if it is I am saying one thing and you are hearing something else.
But it's the connotation, Ruckus. It's the connotation.
It is your mind.
Okay?
It is all in your mind.
It is what it connotes. It is how you finish
Exactly.
you know?
I played good, clean family music and your mind going down the road.
You
Somebody,
went there.
kitty cat, got away and we're discussing it on the morning show and the possibility of adoption, and you are turning it into something it is not. I am ashamed of you, to be
And
honest,
the culprit is dying laughing. Can we get a shot of a girl who's dying?
I don't
The
understand how we
culprit
reach
is dying.
How we reach here?
Dying. Anyway, guys, we have a lot coming up on store. Remember as well, we are still celebrating Pan Month. So next we're going to have somebody who's actually going to be playing. It's going to be 2 in 1. It's going to be a youth, and then it's going to be somebody who's also celebrating Pan. So we're going to be coming back with some Pan music. Please stay tuned to the Now Morning Show. We're going to take a break and be right back.
Safe inside. Bless God's plan. No, it's a bit nothing anyway. Small plan. The gift of life was promised to me like I have.
TTT News, nightly at
Soca music, take me back to my island. Soca music, take me.
We are going beyond the headlines, asking the questions you want answered. Joining us this week, Neil Pasamlao, Chairman of NALIS, Rhonda Francis, Chairman of TTT Limited, and the Honorable Simon Dinobuga, Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister, Communications.
Join us this Sunday at 7 p.m. on TTT, TTT Live Online, and Talk City 91.1 FM. We are delving deeper.
My wife betrayed me.
But my husband did not betray me.
The question is, why did she do that with me?
The question is, did this even happen?
Both were holding each other's hand while dying.
But was that true or not?
One incident, two strangers. The story is of Aditya and Zoya. Pepana.
TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Entertainment in the building this morning. We're celebrating International Youth Day. World Youth Day is today.
Yes.
But yesterday World Steel Pan Day as well.
Definitely.
So it's Steel Pan month all month long, and you're fairly young, so we could use it to
killing two birds with one stone.
Killing two birds with one stone. You definitely qualify to be a youth. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning to
back.
you and to all the viewers out there.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you for having
How
me.
How things going?
Busy but good.
Give thanks for that, boy.
Definitely thankful for that. Busy but good, and it's been great so far.
Yeah, man. Now we're celebrating Steel Pan month, right?
Yes.
All month long, and I'm curious as to what's your relationship? How would you describe your relationship with the pan?
Oh man, it's a blessing to be able to play this wonderful instrument. For me, it's a means of expression. You know, sometimes words can't really capture the feelings that you have inside, especially as a male in this society where, you know, maybe we can't really show emotion sometimes. So this steel pan instrument here is one of the ways in which I express myself.
Yeah.
Maybe there's anger, sorrow, pain, even joy sometimes that I feel that I can't really speak. So I come behind the pan, pick up my sticks, and I express. And then when you do that with a community, when you do that with a group, it just accentuated and emphasizes even more that feeling of joy that you possess when you play the steel pan. Because steel pan is full of history, culture, and I think it's deeply rooted within ourselves as musicians, because Caribbean people are musical people. So when we get this instrument here, I mean, for me, it's that means of expression, man.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's close to my heart, for sure.
I can tell it's very, very close to your heart.
Almost like I came, my eyelashes almost fall off with some tears.
But when you first picked up these sticks, was it tenor pan first out the gate?
No, actually, in my primary school, Malabar, we had a small orchestra, and I picked up double seconds. Double seconds was my first pan. But the year afterwards, for Panorama, for Junior Panorama, tenor I moved to, and it's been tenor for a very long time. Mr. Raucus, did you know? Wait, what can I call you? Raucus?
You call me what you want.
All right,
use EJ Entertainment. You can call me what you want.
So did you know that the steel pan is the only acoustic musical instrument to have been invented in the 20th century?
Of course I knew that.
That we'll be talking about. So I'm glad that we get some information.
This is what I can't take about the youth, sir. No, but of course it's always good that we can celebrate that.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Because that is one of the things that is significant about it. I mean, it came out of the struggle, and we all know what the struggle is.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, there was a point in time when it was illegal. And now it's a national instrument.
And I think that's really, well, not strange, but interesting that Trinidad has a history of making musical instruments illegal. You know, the djembe, with the spiritual Baptist, and then now well, at that point in time, Steel Pan was in that same perspective as well. So now, pardon, not just
It's a thing people just do to control now, boy. Like they just kind of say, all right, you like that a little too much, and they're giving you too much powers. You see the powers that you talk about
means
earlier?
of expression.
Exactly, it's your way of expression, and sometimes that instrument can be used to bring people together towards a common goal. And it mightn't always work out too well for the system. However, the system set up now, boy, because it started off with disenfranchised people coming together to make a statement, to make a noise, and to say, hey, there's we. And it was real bad man thing long time. Like, it was, when you say steel band clashes, bottle pelting and knife flinging and all kind of bacchanal going on.
I'm so glad you mentioned that, because that one is part of the history. And it's great to see how Pan has evolved and transformed from since then, because even though that's something that is, you know, maybe something that we don't talk about all the time, it's something that is still important to the steel band, because it's that means of resistance. You know, being a renegade, so I have to mention that there.
Yeah, no fire, yeah. No. Small plug.
Small plug there.
Go through.
Yes.
But you can also be a desperado, anything.
I mean,
or if you wanted to,
love
you
in the house
invade
all the time.
You know what I mean?
could have invade, I mean, but we are all
but
stars.
But if you do that, you might end up in Exodus.
No, as no say we are all stars in this thing, man.
We are all stars,
yeah, so that is what August is about. That is what August is about. Definitely celebrating what, you know, Steel Pan is now and what it has been.
Definitely. Sure. Let me celebrate a little bit now, man.
Let me go.
moment, and this morning we're celebrating World Steel Pan Month. Yesterday was World Steel Pan Day, today is World Youth Day, and we combined the two of them together in a fantastic performance in the form of Mr. Emmanuel Joseph.
Yes.
Now, Emmanuel, is there a preferred genre that you like to perform? Because I realize you give you a little mix-up and a little taste of everything this morning.
Definitely. I mean, as a performer, you can't really say you like one type because you have to definitely be diverse and versatile. But I really love, I want to say R&B, that old school, you know, that Stevie.
I realize you have a little old school in here with that hat you're wearing there and them kind of moves.
I attribute that to my parents, man. the upbringing that I got, I love the little old school Stevie Wonder and everybody, man.
Nice, man. All right, well, I want you to give me some new school to close off if you don't mind.
School,
yeah, a little soca if you don't mind. Let me just get on.
Problem.
We'll be celebrating, so we can celebrate out and bad. How you feel?
Come on.
We can do that, right?
Come on.
I want to encourage you to go out there and make a difference today now, because together we aspire and together we achieve. On behalf of Kimberly D'Souza, Ianka Will, the entire team here at TTT, we wish you a safe, happy weekend. Whatever you're doing this weekend, please be safe. This Sunday, there's a fantastic show happening at Soundforge that you want to go out and support for Mel Gabriel, who needs some support and raising some funds to aid in her breast cancer surgeries and stuff like that. So I encourage you to go and check it out. We go to the top of the hour. Together we aspire. If we aspire together, we can also achieve together. Emmanuel Joseph to the top. Tell them pass it.
The stage is waiting for you. 12 and under submissions are open. Can you sing, dance, do a dramatic skit, spoken word, play an instrument, or have a variety act with a wow factor? Well, these are your pre-screening guidelines. 1. Talent can be any type of amateur entertainment. 2. Each act will be limited to 3 minutes. 3. All entries must be submitted to www.12nunder.com/upload. That's 12, the letter N, UNDER.com/upload by August 24th. And 4. Just wait on your call. The 12 and under submissions are open.
My friends, look around. Don't take people for granted. Let them feel your heart. Let them know they're appreciated. Don't wait till they're in the ground to spread their roses around. Give all of the love you have before the end of my song.
Never before in my existence I felt so isolated, adapting to new norms with no guidance. I was so devastated.
Check one a history book. We were brought down here to work, not to lime or be no cook, but we were brought here to work.
Good morning. This is TTT News Update. I'm Mayana Carter, making the news at this time. The management of the Harbour Master, the entertainment vessel on which a Grenadian sporting hero was assaulted on Wednesday, has condemned the attack. The reigning world javelin champion Anderson Peters was beaten and thrown overboard from the Harbour Master during a boat ride in Grenada on Wednesday night. Videos of the incident circulated on social media on Thursday, showing at least 3 men in an altercation with Peters on the ramp at the stern of the boat. The man eventually bundled him up and threw him off the ramp, causing him to hit the concrete jetty before falling into the water. The attackers are believed to be citizens of TNT working on the vessel. Reports say 5 crew members, believed to be TNT nationals, were taken into custody by Grenadian police after the incident. Residents of Cromston Trace Crown Point say they are standing up against what they have described as undignified actions of the central government and the National Infrastructural Development Company, NIDCO. Speaking on behalf of the residents, Rhonda Hackett explained the residents are willing to relocate to allow for the expansion of the A&R Robinson International Airport, but under better conditions.
We have always pledged our willingness to work along with the government. The THA has indicated that they are willing to put the necessary infrastructure in place to allow us to move. However, the central government and NIDCO has overridden the THA's authority and have decided that regardless of what our interests are, they are moving forward by any means necessary. And we are saying, as Tobagonians, as citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, the Constitution dictates that persons are supposed to be treated in a humane manner, and also that as citizens we have right to property.
Ms. Hackett informed about 1 month ago, the family who was evicted on Thursday received a notice. However, she added the matter was taken to court as negotiations are not complete. She also noted that areas allocated for relocation have not been developed. Ms. Hackett noted central government has treated persons affected by a similar situation differently in Trinidad.
Precedence has been set in Trinidad. If the said central government would have created Arapoon's Garden for the relocations of persons who lived in Piarco at that point in time, how is it for Tobagonians less is being done? We are standing up and saying no, Tobagonians has to be treated with dignity and with respect.
Meanwhile, Member of Parliament for Tobago West, Shamfa Kajo, says families facing eviction notices are those who refuse to negotiate and settle. Speaking with TTT News on Thursday, Minister Kajo informed eviction notices were issued on July 6th, giving them 30 days to vacate. She explained 133 residents were to be moved to accommodate the airport expansion. Trinidad and Tobago sprinter Jareem Richards' preference to have the steel pan version of the national anthem play at the Commonwealth Games reiterates the point that the steel pan should be proclaimed as the country's musical instrument. That is the view put forward by Pan Trinbago's president Beverly Ramsey Moore while speaking to TTT News via telephone interview on World Steel Pan Day. President Ramsey Moore says that while it is a common thought that is also written in our school books, stating the steel pan is the national instrument of Trinidad and Tobago, the notion is not actually law.
That is why we have been agitating for pan to be proclaimed by the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago. It must be assented to by the President. It must be carried via bill to the Parliament, debated and become law. And we think that it is a national emblem.
President Ramsey Moore says despite former Prime Minister Patrick Manning declaring the steel pan as the country's national instrument in an Independence Day message to the nation in 1992, she notes that gesture is not good enough. Ms. Ramsey Moore says it will be better for the country if laws are passed to proclaim the steel pan as the national instrument.
A lot more Philip and a lot more, it will be much more accepted around the world. Our parliament, our government, and as long as it is endorsed there, then it gives us, a lot more pride in this nation that it is nationally accepted by our parliament, and that is what we want. When it is in the parliament, it's all sides. You just think about it, the upper and the lower house, and it's recorded in our Hansard.
Ms. Ramsey Moore admits that Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture, Randall Mitchell, has expressed interest in the idea and says that she thinks the conversation may begin very soon. Switching to sport, this country's senior national men's team has accepted an invitation to the 2022 Kings Cup, scheduled between September 22nd and 25th in Thailand. Head coach Angus Eve will use the opportunity the tournament provides in a FIFA window to fine-tune ahead of the Nations League restart and the CONCACAF Gold Cup. So far, the hosts Tajikistan and Malaysia have been confirmed. TNT has twice visited Thailand, playing friendlies in 2004 with Eve as captain and 2018, losing on both occasions. TNT are on a 3-match winning streak and will use the coming weeks to regain fitness before a final squad is selected to travel. That was TTT News Update. I'm Ayana Carter. Have a good evening.
This is TTT. Live